Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Imagine you're working for a company and you plan on transferring in a couple of years. And you're debating on which department to transfer, even if you're going to transfer. But your entire company is waiting for your decision. They stopped and they're wondering what you're going to do. Well, that is exactly what LeBron James of the Cleveland Cavaliers is going through right now. The question is, where will he go? Where is LeBron James going to transfer inside his company? If he's going to even decide to transfer. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm going to explain who LeBron James is. But for those of you who do know, right now he is about to decide what he's going to do in his future. If he's going to go to another team, if he's going to stay where he is. So that is the question right now, and I'm going to answer that today. Where will he go? For those of you who don't know, LeBron James is a basketball player. Right now, he is considered the best basketball player in the world. He plays for the Cleveland Cavaliers. They're located in Cleveland. He's the most valuable player 2 years in a row. He's the quickest player in the NBA, and he's 6'8" and 250 pounds. So for someone to be the quickest player and be that big, you can see how athletic he is. You can see how special he is. And that makes him the #1 free agent in the entire draft. So he's the most wanted player right now. But the question is, where will he go? Will he stay in Cleveland or will he transfer to another team? So that's him. His main goals, those are his key things. It's not coming up, but he has goals. And his main goal right now is to win an NBA championship. So he plays in the National Basketball Association, and he's trying to win a championship. So that's his #1 goal. His #2 goal is to make money. And those kind of go hand in hand. So the more championships he wins, the more money he's going to make. But the catch is that the team he currently plays for is going to pay him the most amount of money. And his third goal is to get fame. He wants to be more famous. He wants to be an international player. He wants to be like Kobe or Michael Jordan, or for those who follow soccer, like Cristiano Ronaldo. So that's what he wants to do. That's the jersey he plays for currently. The reasons he's going to stay in Cleveland, or the reasons he has to stay in Cleveland, are he's going to get paid the most amount of money by the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have the option to pay him the most amount because they were the first to get it. So that's his #1 reason to stay. The #2 is he grew up in the state of Ohio. He grew up in Akron. So that is another reason he has to stay. And the third reason is that when he does win the championship, it's going to be more rewarding if he wins it with Cleveland, because that's where he grew up. And Cleveland hasn't won a championship in 60 years. So those are his reasons to stay in Cleveland. His reasons to go, and that's actually a picture of a rival of his, but also a friend, Dwayne Wade. His reasons to go is he's more likely to actually win faster if he goes to another team. So if he teams up with this guy, Dwayne Wade of Miami, he'll win a championship maybe next year or the next 2 years. He's going to win right away. Another advantage is that he's going to get more endorsements. If he comes to Chicago or New York or say even LA Clippers, he's going to get more exposure. There's a larger market. There's more people living in the city to buy his jerseys, so he's going to get more endorsements. So those are his reasons to go to another team. Now, that's an actual picture, I don't know if you can see it, of LeBron, and he's wearing a Bulls jersey. So the odds right now, the slide is about the Vegas odds. Right now, Cleveland is the favorite, and Chicago is the close second. Then it becomes New York, Miami. There's 2 New York teams now. There's the New York Nets and the New York Knicks. So those are his top 4 choices. And why is this relevant to Chicago? Because if Chicago gets LeBron James, it's literally going to put Chicago on the map, like Michael Jordan did. So literally there will be extra revenue coming in the city. People will travel all the way here just a bit to watch him play. So it really would impact the city. So that's a real positive thing to think about. And another thing is we're actually losing Oprah, so if we got LeBron, people would come visit us for the celebrity status. So the odds are right now he's going to Cleveland. Now, most likely, my personal opinion is that he'll stay in Cleveland. And the reason is because if he stays in Cleveland, if he leaves Cleveland, people will hate him in Cleveland. So all the fans that didn't like him, they'll basically dislike him. So even though he'll have all these new fans staying in Chicago, he's going to have, every time he goes to Cleveland, they're going to dislike him. So he's going to be known as kind of a disgrace. Yeah, traitor. So that's my main reason why he'll stay in Cleveland, and he'll continue to make a lot of money. He might not make as much, but he'll make a tremendous amount of money. But hopefully, he will leave Chicago, just because it'll help our revenue, and I'll enjoy watching him on the Bulls. So I want to be wrong in this situation. And finally, I'll just open up for a quick minute. What are your guys' thoughts? Where will he go? Benito?
I was watching a documentary, I think it was on Channel 11, and they made a big deal about it. The economy there is actually, in Cleveland, is like really dependent on LeBron James.
Yeah.
And another thing that I learned about him, he's from Akron, Ohio, which is the same town where the rock band Eagles from.
Thank you.
Good luck to Cleveland.
Pat?
I think he's going to come to Chicago. And the reason I say that is because he's young, he's already succeeded in the environment he's in, he wants the biggest, the best, the most, and he can have it here in Chicago.
Any other thoughts? One more? Oh.
So I'm not an expert on this, but I would think that Chicago draws a bigger crowd to the games and they get more funding for stuff. So I would think that he would want to come here, and I think it's a much cooler city than Cleveland. But that's just my personal opinion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I agree with you too. That's why I think he should come. John?
Yeah, I think one of the reasons that he would consider coming to Chicago is, I believe Michael Jordan is his idol.
Yeah.
And he would want to play for the same team as him.
Oh, okay.
I think he's already considered changing his numbers. So
Yeah.
It makes sense to me. That's what I think.
Okay. Well, those are all, I agree with all your thoughts. Hopefully he does come here. The key reason I brought this speech up is tomorrow is the day that he can officially decide where he goes. So that's the big reason I brought this speech up. So keep watching, and hopefully he does come to Chicago. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next speaker, our third speaker, is going to be Mr. Tim Wilson. The title of Tim Wilson's speech is The Speaking Art. It's going to be 8 to 10 minutes. This speech is for people who are new to Toastmasters and interested in finding out more about it. For the purpose of this speech, imagine you are a guest at a Toastmasters meeting. If you actually are a guest, this should be easy. And you are hearing about the benefits of joining a Toastmasters Club for the first time. And now please join me in welcoming Mr. Tim Wilson.
Speaking is an art. And the thing about this